Hello dear students, today we are going to start worksheet number 5. Linked lesson is our stormy day, and today we will read a story about the brave dogs of Alaska from page number 39. And before we read, I just want you to write some word meanings from here, just like we have sledge, sledge dogs, and you can write another one, like we have chunk, then blinding. All these new words that you come across while reading, you must write down in the copy. And I would like to tell you something from here. You see, it's a place where it is the story, that the whole thing takes place where there is a place named Nome in Alaska, and the year you can see 1925. So in the year 1925 something happened. So where it happened in Nome, Alaska, and we see here the children of Nome are affected with a deadly disease, and they were about to die. And this was understood by Dr. Curtis Welch. He came to know all about this one, and that's why he tried to rescue the children. Here we see, sort out the solutions. So he is trying to find out the solutions, how these children could be saved. And that's why when he saw, there was no other means was available to bring the medicines, which was available, the government, given promise of helping those children, but it was very far away from Nome. It is almost 1,000 kilometers. So as it was a time of winter, the aeroplanes could not be flown in the sky, and that's why the sledge dogs, played an important role here. So they were made use of bringing the medicines from, we see here from the government, is a place name where it is given Nenana. So let us read this story and try to understand what it is. It was a bitterly cold January in Nome, Alaska. This year was 1925. Some of the children of Nome had suddenly fallen ill. Dr. Curtis Welch realized that the disease was so deadly that it could kill most of the children of the town. So it was a time, it was a time of winter, in the month of January. The year also we see 1925, and some of the children of Nome had fallen ill, and the doctor we see, the Curtis realized that the disease was very much, very much deadly. It can take the life of most of the children of Nome, and that's why he had to send a message to the government for sending medicine so that the children of Nome could be saved. The government decided to send the medicines from Nenana, which was 1,000 kilometers away. Since it was winter, no aeroplane could fly. So it was decided the teams of sledge dogs and their drivers will be used to transport the medicines. So here we see, as it was the time of winter, the aeroplane could not be flown in the sky, and then what to be used here, we see the sledge dogs. And sledge dog only played a great role over here to bring the medicines. The journey began on 27th January 1925, and it was completely by 20 drivers and around 150 sledge dogs. One of the drivers was Leonhard Seppala, who was known to be the fastest to complete difficult journeys. So among this, there were 150 sledges and 20 drivers. So among these 20 drivers, we see one of them known as Leonhard Seppala. He was the fastest to complete difficult journeys. When Sepala started his journey, a severe snowstorm started. His lead dog was 12 years old, Togo. The biggest challenge before Sepala and Togo was to cross the frozen sea. So the problem was that to cross the frozen sea. And now let us see what happened. The ice had started to crack, and the entire team was stuck on a big chunk of ice. Chunk means thick or solid piece of something. Here especially it means the glacier or iceberg, or we can say it sleet. Togo jumped into the ice cold water and pulled the chunks of ice together until it was safe for the rest of the team to jump on the ice. So here we see that dog named Togo, he played an important role. So as for the other team members to cross or to have a journey peacefully. The next important driver to carry the medicines was Gunnar Carson. So another character we see, Gunnar Carson. This team was to be led by Balto. Balto was a 3-year-old dog who had never led a team before. In fact, he was known as a slow-working dog as he was still learning to deliver supplies. And we see here Gunnar Carson, who was also a very important driver to carry the medicines, and he had a dog named Balto who led all the other dogs. And in fact, he was known, this dog was known as slow working dog, and he was still learning to deliver supplies. When Carson started his journey, a blinding snowstorm began, which made the weather extremely cold. When they started their journey, we see blinding snowstorm began. So blinding here means the process of creating some problems. Blinding, you will not be able to see just because of the covering. Gunnar Carson almost gave up hope of reaching Nome in time when he found that he could not make out the roads in the heavy snowstorm. So here we see Gunnar Carson almost gave the hope. But Balto knew the roads well and led the team through the biting cold and snow. Just because of this dog, here Gunnar Carson was able to reach the place. Over the next 24 hours, Balto led his team of sledge dogs slowly and steadily. The team finally arrived in Nome on 2nd February at 5:30 a.m. The dogs were too tired even to bark, but the medicines were successfully delivered to Dr. Curtis Welch within 7 days. So within 7 days, they were able to bring the medicines from the government. Balto and his team became famous as the local newspaper covered their race against time to deliver the life-saving medicines that help the children of Nome. So here we see the two dogs playing an important role. The first one is Togo and the other one is Balto. They played an important role. And as well as the drivers, we see Sepala, Sepala, and the other one was Gunnar. So we see about these two drivers who played an important roles in saving the lives of the children of Nome. I think this lesson is understood. If you have any kind of queries, you may ask. Thank you, children.